numbers. That starts with a 0, followed by a 1, then by another 1, and then by the series of steadily increasing numbers. The sequence follows the rule that each number is equal to the sum of the preceding two numbers. The Fibonacci sequence begins with the following 14 integers. Stop. Each number starting with a third adds to the prescribed formula. For example, the seventh number 8 is preceded by 3 and 5, which add to up to 8. The sequence with the third adheres to the prescribed formula. For example, the seventh number 8 is preceded by 3 and 5, which add up to 8. You can try out the formula for yourself using the table to find the sequence number preceding the target term value. For example, the following calculation finds the Fibonacci number for the term in the 10th position or F9. History of Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is named for Leonardo Pisano, also known Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician who lived from 170 to 1250. Fibonacci considered the sequence to be answer of the following questions. How many pairs of rabbits will be produced in a year beginning with single pair? If in every month, each pair pairs with new pair which becomes odd. The result can be expressed numerically as 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and 34. History of the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is a name for Leonardo Pisano, also known for Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician who lived from 770 to 1250. Fibonacci sequence is considered the sequence to be answered to the following question. Number 1 question. How many pairs of rabbits will be produced in a year, beginning in a single pair, if in every month each pair bears a new pair which becomes productive from the second month on? The result can be expressed numerically as 1, 12, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and 34. Patterns in nature and the regularities in the world. Patterns and counting are correlative. Counting happens when there is pattern. When there is counting, there is a logic. Consequently, pattern in nature goes with logic or logical setup. There are reasons behind a certain pattern. That's why oftentimes some people develop an understanding of patterns, relationships, and functions and use them to represent and explain real-world phenomena. Most people say that mathematics is the science behind patterns. Mathematics exists everywhere as patterns do in nature. Not only do patterns take many forms within the range of schools. Mathematics, there are also unifying mechanism. Number patterns such as 2, 4, 6, 8 are familiar to us since they are among the patterns first learned in our younger years. As we advance, we experience number patterns again through the huge concept of functions in mathematics inside and outside school. But patterns are much broader and common anywhere and anytime. I think it's impossible to limit the uses of mathematics in everyday life, so we will suffice with some of them. Can you use any entertainment game without using numbers? Can you practice any sport without using a number to learn if you are a winner or a loser? Can you do your work without using numbers? If you are a teacher, collect your students' marks, or a doctor, estimate the amount of medicine for the patient? Or can you be an engineer, estimate the amount of raw material to be added to complete the work, or even a leader in a battle? Can you enter a store without using the numbers? Can prayers be organized without the use of numbers? And what is left? What is the time of the next prayer? And the much more, whatever you try, you cannot get rid of the use of this important science. The importance of mathematics is that it is a method based on research and analysis to reach the desired result, and it's used for calculation and representation of data. Not only the use of this science in particular field, but the use of all areas of life and different sciences. Fibonacci numbers can also be used to define a spiral and are of interest to biologists and physics. In interest, they are frequently observed in various natural objects and phenomena. The branching patterns in trees and leaves, for example, and the distribution of seeds in a raspberry reflect the Fibonacci sequence. Every living organism has capabilities to avoid extinction, and decision-making is required to survive. The fundamental operations to making decisions are accumulation and comparison. Example, single-cell bacteria have the mechanism of two components. Mechanism of two-component and regular systems that enable bacteria to detect physical and chemical changes, which uses hardware accumulation and comparison. However, humans have the consciousness that can deliberately execute accumulating and comparing. Thus, our ancestors realized we could visualize the individual objects, events, and sequentially and count them. Moreover, humans can express them as representation and express the symbols. Once we invent this tool, we further develop different usage to assist our life. This is how mathematics started. Humans discovered math for survival, and now we use it as a tool to understand the world. The role of mathematics in education is as a consequence of its universal applicability. The result of mathematics theorems and theories are both significant and useful. The best results are also elegant and good. Through its theorems, mathematics offers science, but a foundation of truth and standard of certainty. Mathematics reveals hidden patterns that help us understand the world around us. Nasaan kaya? Joke lang! Now much more than arithmetic and geometry, mathematics today is a diverse discipline that deals with data, measurements, and observations from science, with inference, deduction, and proof, and with mathematical models of natural phenomena of human behavior and of social systems. Application of one part of mathematics to another of geometry to analysis of probability to number theory provide with new evidence of the fundamental unity of mathematics. Despite frequent communications among problems in science and mathematics, the constant discovery of new alliances retains a surprising degree of unpredictability and serendipity. Whether planned or unplanned, the cross-fertilization between science and mathematics in problems, theories, and concepts has rarely been greater than it is now, in this last quarter of the 20th century.
Don't take your education for granted. Are you a die-hard art or a literature person who thinks math doesn't impact you at all? Math is what makes your learning possible. The right to a public education is something all Americans have, and we are able to do this because of math. Math is what makes it possible to figure out how many schools a city will need, what resources they will require, and how to provide those resources. So the next time you learn something new at school or use something you learn in school, think math.
Appreciate the math that goes into your technology. Almost all of the entertainment we enjoy would not be possible without math. Programmers and technologists make access to television shows possible, ensuring you see shows you like on Netflix happens because of statisticians pay attention to overall viewing habits. And of course, anything you do in a computer, tablet, video game system, or phone would not even be remotely possible without math. Magkano to? Consider the math that makes travel possible. Any travel you do, including walking anywhere, is facilitated by vehicles created by engineers and roads or trails designed by civil engineers, all are using math. Give thanks for math at mealtimes. You may be used to saying grace at mealtimes or thanking your mom or your dad for preparing the food. But did you ever think to say thank you to God? Math is because of math and the hard work of people around the country that were able to get the right amounts of water needed to grow fruits and vegetables on farms across the country via irrigation, and it's math that makes possible the transportation of these foods. to supermarkets or farmers markets near you. Be grateful for good health. Centuries ago, humans had to worry about diseases. We hardly even remember these days smallpox, polio, bubonic plague, etc. Dedicated doctors and scientists have figured out not only how to cure these diseases, but also how to immunize a majority of the population to ensure we never get them in the first place. Math and statistics made it possible for these doctors to research the diseases, keep records of patients, trials, and outcomes, and eventually have their medical breakthroughs. Even now, determining the amount of medication of immunization serum to give a patient is based on a mathematical formula. Almost every part of our lives are beneficially affected by math. Mathematics and statistics, awareness month is ending, but our appreciation doesn't have to. So next time, you text a friend, eat a meal, go for a drive, or even just wake up. Feeling healthy, say a big thank you tomorrow. To the math as well as the engineers, programmers, doctors, farmers, vendors, teachers, parents, and all of the above that make it possible. Go. Hope you like my video. I am Edison Ajeas from BSBA major in marketing. Thank you!